All right, welcome everybody. Listen, we're in Los Angeles, California, and your girl pulled up. Sit down, grab a drink, because we're going to talk. We have the beautiful, the stunning Princess Love in the house.
Hey.
Welcome,
Thank you
Princess.
for having me.
Listen, thank you for saying yes, because I know you live a very private,
Yeah.
reserved life. But I like you because you got that fire.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, and
do.
I cannot sit with just anyone. Like
Mm-hmm.
it has to be right and I have to be
Mm-hmm.
comfortable and it has to be someone that I feel like I can talk to.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna
Cuz
try to make it worth your while.
no, I mean I yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like this is going to be a good interview.
You know what I liked about you? I'm gonna tell you. I know a lot of people know you from love and hip hop,
Yeah.
but I hate to reduce people to that.
And that is the furthest
Boom.
thing from me, you know.
Yep. I hate. I don't even want to reduce you to that because you have so much going on. But let me tell you, when you became a standout to me, you became a standout to me. I kid you not. When you stood up for yourself regarding your future mother-in-law.
Oh,
Girl, that was such a phenomenal moment. Let me tell you why. Because it's taboo in the Black community to
yeah.
say anything to a mother,
Yeah.
the symbolism of a mother. You take it, and I was like, who is that?
Yeah.
And I just love the way you advocated for yourself. So tell us a little bit about where that came from regarding your personality.
Um, I just, I'm a Leo and I have pride and there's only so much I can take, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Sometimes you're supposed to just like, be quiet and, and I can do that for a little bit, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just something inside me that will not take disrespect of any kind, no matter where it comes from, you know.
Yep.
And I always try to put myself in the other person's shoes, but at the same time, it's like you're not going to belittle me.
Yep.
Um, you're not going to disrespect me because in order to get respect, you have to give it,
I
you
agree.
know? And, I feel like sometimes when you're dealing with someone that's an older mother figure,
Mm-hmm.
even like your own mother, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you have to just like bite your tongue and
Mm-hmm.
just take it, and but there's only so much of that you can take before you feel like someone is like borderline trying to bully you,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, if my mom doesn't treat me like that, then why should I let you?
I'm gonna say amen. I'm gonna say amen because I feel like if you had
And
sucked
if
it
you
up,
don't talk to your kids like that, what makes you think I'm going to let you talk
exactly.
to me like that or treat me like that,
Yep.
you know?
And that's when you became a standout for me because I feel like you defied what was considered the norm. And maybe some people felt differently, but for me, like women that I feel like are trailblazers, I was like, this is good because what she's doing to me, you created your own identity in that relationship and you set the tone for how you wanted to be treated moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was just like one instance, and that
Mm-hmm.
was just like a little snippet of it
Mm-hmm.
because, you know, that dynamic doesn't just end there. That's
Yeah.
it's like a life, it's a journey,
Yeah.
and you have to navigate that journey and you have to just find a balance. And, unfortunately, that part of that journey was filmed, but it didn't stop there. Like, don't think it stopped there.
Oh, I believe
Yeah.
you. But it's real life though. So when we think about like reality
Hmm.
television and when we think about black excellence or experiences like that, I feel like it's real life. It's real shit that women have
Yeah.
to navigate every day. But I want to ask you a
Yeah.
question. Now that you have a son and
Yeah.
you have a daughter, same family
Hmm.
dynamics, how do you see yourself moving forward as your son, let's just say years from now? Would you be so hands-on, you think, as he
I feel like I'm always going to be hands-on.
Okay.
And I'm always going to like respect and advocate for my kids. And if my son loves somebody, I'm going to find the good in that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, obviously, like that's my baby. If my baby is in love,
Yeah.
then I'm in love too. That's just the mom that
like
I'm going to
that.
be, you
I
know?
like that.
Unless there's just like a little hoochie mama and I'm like,
Now it's gonna be some
I'm gonna
hoochies.
keep that to myself, you know. I'm even still gonna find the good in her,
Yeah.
you know, and be like, girl, I love you, but you need to, you know, you're too pretty for that. You need to cover up.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
But-
good because a lot of there's this saying that we talk about a lot. Well, I have that women, and I want to ask you because you're a mom, that women raise their daughters and love their sons. What's your opinion on that?
Raise their daughters, no,
And love their
no. I'm
sons.
very like, I'm like the like. I'm like a military mom / pushover. You know what I mean? It's like I'm very firm with my kids and my rules and how they behave and respect. But I also show them so much love, you know.
Yeah.
And if I, you know, if I raise my voice or if I, you know, I apologize to them and I talk to them like they're little human beings, you know. So I'm trying my best to find a balance between respecting people and being compassionate and you know, I mean, I've never had kids before, so this is like a first time thing with me, and sometimes I'm like, am I talking to them like they're an adult?
Yeah.
You know.
Because your son just called a few minutes
Yeah,
ago
yeah.
for permission, and it was the most
Yeah.
beautiful thing, y'all. He
Yeah.
called to ask his mom if he could let the dog out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he does that because I always say, thank you for asking me. So I think that is what makes him ask me. Because if he doesn't, I'm like, I'm not going to get mad at him. You know what I mean? But I let him know, like, you know, you have a dog, you have responsibilities. She's a puppy. You guys have toys everywhere. So if you let her out, you have to make sure
Yeah.
she's safe.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I think these conversations are so important. And I know, like, if I were you and if I were a celebrity, I would be very discerning too.
Yeah.
You know, who I talk to.
And
Go ahead.
So so we got this dog from Korea, right? And a month later, the dog died. Yeah, so we had to get a whole autopsy. Like I was crying. The
What?
kids were not crying. I was crying because I used to like take the dog with me to go play poker. And
What happened?
I don't know. She just I went to my friend's wedding. As I was landing, I got a call from the assistant,
Okay.
and she was like, the dog's name was Zuma Chase. So she's like, Zuma Chase stopped breathing. She had to go to the hospital. And I'm like, well, is she okay? And she's like, no, she didn't make it. And I'm like, oh my God. So, you know, I was literally gone for one day to go to a wedding, came back and the dog was dead. And so I had to get an autopsy done. Turns out it had like heart issues,
Okay.
lung issues, and just some underlying things that we didn't know about.
Okay.
So I had to send that to the breeder, which is in Korea. And they sent me another puppy just like her.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't want another dog. Like I want Zuma Chase.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just very like cautious on how they handle her, and I just want to make sure I just don't want it to happen again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because that's a part of you and I were talking about animals. She's a Princess. Y'all know I have 3 dogs.
Yeah.
Princess, how many dogs do you have now?
Now I have 4 dogs.
Okay. Oh,
But-
you got 4.
Yeah, but I'm now, I mean, we're going through divorce, so
Gotcha.
I'm gonna have 2 dogs soon.
Can I say what I want to say?
Yeah.
I can really say what I want to say?
Yeah, of course. Can I say what I want to say?
Okay, yeah. So Ray J, bring them damn dogs back.
Oh no.
Bring them damn
Those the 2 are his, and
They must be bad. You must, hold on, see, they bad.
they're not bad. They just not potty trained.
They bad.
they're not bad. They're just like, they're not potty trained, and they're like 8. You
But
know?
see, had you had them from the start
Yeah.
and your influence, they would have
Mhm.
been potty trained.
Mhm.
So I got you. Let them go then.
Yeah.
Because you don't want no dogs pooing and peeing all
No,
over
Ray
your
just
nice
let these
house.
dogs do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Whatever they want.
Speaking of, I love the fact that you're able to establish your house
Mhm.
um, the way you need to. I'm a stepmom. I
Yeah.
don't have any biological kids, but I'm a
Mhm.
stepmom.
Yeah.
And
That's
sometimes,
still a mom.
thank you.
Yeah.
I received
Yeah.
that. Yes. And sometimes there's a shift when they
Mhm.
go between. How do you manage that? How do you navigate between what you have established as routine for your kids and how do you keep, I don't know,
You
keep the,
see,
yeah.
yeah, that has been an issue for me
Okay.
because I have rules.
Mm-hmm.
I have bedtimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like for my kids to wake up and go to school. You know, I don't let them stay up till 1 in the morning.
Okay. Got
And
it.
if they don't make it to school, they just don't make it to school. Their dad has no rules,
Right.
you know, and so that has been like my only thing, you know, because obviously, you know, the kids probably want to be where there's no rules and they can eat candy all day, you know. So,
Absolutely.
you know, I can't change like my structure because I've always like made sure they got up and went to sleep on time and do their homework, and you know, I'm involved in their schools and with their teachers, and you know, so I just feel like I have to just continue doing what I do
Yeah.
and worry about myself. And if I got to pick up the pieces and pick up the slack, then I just have to do that, you know?
Come what may. Yeah. I think people have a misconception about your success and your stardom
Mm-hmm.
and your introduction into television. I think people assess the, I don't know, put on to Ray. But
Mm-hmm.
I understand that's not really
I
how it
mean,
happened.
for me, I don't care. I
Mhm.
didn't even want to be here. I didn't ask to be here. I never wanted to be on TV.
And that's the beauty of it.
Like, I never wanted to be on TV, you know? So, I mean, for me, it doesn't matter how I got here because
yeah.
I never asked to be here. It's just what happened.
Talk about, listen. You know what? I'm going to jump all around. Listen, Princess, you know what? I got to take a sip. Listen, I got a question for you. Why you slap that girl?
Who?
That
Amada?
girl.
Because she was okay. Let me take
Oh
a
my
sip of this
God,
wine
Princess. Okay, look, cheers.
You smart for getting this interview now, because
Why you slap that girl? You know how many times I watched that,
honestly,
Princess?
I did not
Princess,
know that
I
was
was
gonna
in my
happen.
bed. I watched it 7 times.
And you know what? As much as I want to say I regret it, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's like I have like my kids and their friends and the parents, and it's like, you know, that aspect. I'm like, oh God, I don't want them to see this. But I don't feel bad, not one bit, because I did it completely sober.
Yeah.
So that means that I meant every inch of that movement.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm a Scorpio. You like me. If I did it, I
you
meant
know,
that. Yeah.
And then I see like the comments, and they're like, oh, you didn't have this energy for so and so. Because this girl was my friend. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like, what threw me off when she's like, oh, well, we're friends when it's convenient. For who?
Now you know.
Every time I step in Miami, I call you, hey, girl, I'm in town. Let's go out to eat. You know, I only have 3 people that I call when I come to Miami.
Yeah.
That was Amada. That's my friend Neri, who she's married to Noriega, and Jocelyn.
Okay.
Those are the only 3 people I hit up when I come to Miami. So no, being your friend is not convenient to me because your friendship does nothing for me.
Oh, read down.
What am I gaining by being your friend?
Yeah.
if I genuinely care about you, if I genuinely like you, like I've been in your house, I brought your mom flowers, you know, I bought your kids gifts,
Yeah.
you know, not, I mean, expensive gifts too. Not that money, you know,
Yeah.
money doesn't mean anything, but it's like if I go out of my way to do something, it's because I consider you my friend,
Yeah.
you know. And you know, it was like in that scene, I kept telling production like I don't have anything to say to her.
Mm-hmm.
Don't, you know, if I see her, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to act like she's not there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she just wanted to film that bad or she just made her way towards me. She just kept talking to me, and I'm just like,
She got a wake up call.
And she's like, you know, I'm even like, hello. When I said hello, it's like, hi, you know. And I didn't have a problem speaking with her after she was already speaking. It's like, you know, it is what it is. We're already talking. But what threw me off was when, you know, I'm like, I just know what it is between us.
Yeah.
You know, just a fake ass bitch.
Yeah.
And then she said, well, if I'm a fake ass bitch, you're a fake ass bitch. And I'm like, thinking in my head, how? How am I? What did I do to you?
But be good.
And the nerve,
Yeah.
the audacity. So I was just at a loss for words at that point.
I
And
was
once
too,
once
but it was
you get me
good.
to that point where I have nothing to say, there's only one thing I can do. And that's what happened. Yeah. That's what
I think
happened.
women don't talk about that enough. Like the heartbreak of friends, when
Yeah.
friends break your heart, is something that we kind of tuck away, we suppress.
I don't have a lot of friends.
Yeah,
You know?
how do you navigate that in your
I mean,
world? Because that could be lonely, or
It's
that
not
could
lonely
be
because
okay.
when I say I don't have a lot of friends,
Okay.
that doesn't mean I don't have friends.
Gotcha.
I have friends. I have friends that I have been friends with since the 8th grade.
Okay.
I don't have any friends that are less than 10 years old.
In this world, do you?
In this world, I have my friends.
Gotcha.
And it's like I'm the epitome of no new friends. Because every time I let a new friend in, they always do something to let me down or disappoint me. And I always just act like they don't exist.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? But I have my friends that I love and that have been there for me for 10, 20 years. And those are the people that I care about, you know. They're not the ones that I'm going to LA to have lunch with.
Yeah.
You know, like people come to my house. I cook for my friends. That's how I show my love to my friends. Come over, I'll cook for you. And you're not coming in my house if you're just,
I like that.
you know, because I'm a homebody.
I like that.
So
I've never understood people inviting people to their house that they don't fuck with.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not in my
And
house.
I don't waste my time. I mean, even if I bring a new friend around, my friends are like, who is this? You know? Like they getting sized up and down, you know.
Yeah.
But
speaking of, you talked about your friends. What's your love language? Because you said that you show acts of service.
Yeah.
You'll cook. What's your
my
love
language is, I would say, like definitely acts of service. Like I like to cook for you. I like to just make sure you have everything you need, you know. Like I just, you know, I'm a giver, you know, and I like people to just be happy, you know. Your favorite food, you know.
Very thoughtful.
Yeah, very thoughtful. And I feel like, but then it's like when somebody does it for me, I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Receive it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
Receive it.
I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
So
I bet it's hard when you're in a position that you are, because I also want to talk about money. Let me tell you the reason why I want to talk about money. I don't feel like women talk about money enough, especially Black women, and also how to get it, how to maintain it, how to keep it post separation, divorce, breakup, baby mama, baby daddy. Talk about being able to utilize your skills to make a living for yourself, and to create a legacy for your children.
I feel like you have to do, like, you know how they say, if you do something you love, you're you don't have to work a day in your life,
Yes.
right? So you just have to do what you love
Okay.
and not do it for the money, right? Like I would say like poker, that's like a hobby though, but I'm making money doing it. But
Okay.
that's something that I love to do and that I would do for free
Okay.
with fake chips. You know, I just love poker. But I feel like the nail salon that I'm building, I feel like I'm good at making people feel good,
Okay.
right? And I feel like my salon will be will be a place where people can come in and I can do that. I can make you feel good. You can come in my shop and I can make you feel like the most beautiful person in the world,
Yeah.
right? And you might not want to leave. You know, you might
Yeah.
be there for 5 hours because it's just such an amazing vibe, you know what I mean, with amazing people. And I feel like being on television has given me the opportunity to make a lot of money, but, you know, taking that and putting it into something that you love to do.
Yes.
I feel like that's what's going to create the generational wealth that I can pass on to my kids.
I know you mentioned that you live far out,
Yeah.
kind of in a very nice area, specific to what you need.
Yeah.
Y'all, it's so beautiful. She has her animals.
Yes.
She has her space. She has her
Yeah.
love, her family. Poker.
Yeah.
What does that add to you as a woman? Because you said you would do it for free.
Yeah. I
With
would.
fake chips.
Yeah.
There has to be a level of something that it brings. Is it the thinking? Is it the strategy?
All of
What
it.
is it?
It's the thinking. It's the strategy. It's being a woman playing in a male-dominated field.
Yes.
Just knowing that I can be the only woman at the table, and I'm just running the whole table over.
Come on, princess. Come on. That's awesome.
Because I feel like I'm unpredictable, you know? Because, first of all, I'm a woman. And, you know, I'm a young woman.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's not easy to figure me out, right? Because a lot of people, they have this poker face, and I have a poker face, but it's like after you've been sitting there for hours, like you're going to talk to me.
Yeah.
You're going to talk to me. You're going to tell me where you're from. You're going to tell me how long you've been playing. And, you know, you might even save me some chips here and there.
Yeah.
You know, because you might like me so much that you don't want to beat me.
Oh, wait a minute. Wow, that's a good. Okay, tell us about. Is that a feminine power? Are you leveraging your femininity?
I mean, it
in that
is,
moment?
but I feel like with a man or a woman, like even if I could be playing with somebody else, right? I could be playing with a guy, and I could be talking to him for long enough, and it's like, I'm not gonna keep bluffing you because I like you.
What?
You know?
I love it.
So I feel like making friends at the table is important as well.
Okay.
Because, you know, I feel like when you're too tough, people are focused on trying to beat you.
Got it.
But if you're befriending people at the table and there's a balance, there's a level of like, we're just having fun and I just want to get better. You know, everybody is at the table because they want to get better.
Gotcha.
And, you know, when people hate you at the poker table, they're out to get you. So you cannot make people hate you. It has to be a level of, you know, it just has to be a balance. And you have to just read everybody.
I told y'all she was smart. I told y'all there was so much more to her than what you see on television. I love what you just said, and I want y'all to marinate on that. You said when you show up too strong,
Yeah.
people they want to beat you.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, girl.
Yeah. So there's like a level of psychology there as well. And, you know, you just have to know who you're playing against. And you just has to be a balanced dynamic at all times, you know?
I'm loving this conversation because that's my wheelhouse. Like you're really giving me an opportunity to think. I'm taking some things from you from this interview. How do you assess the personalities? When you walk into a poker table, how are you able to quickly assess who is what and what moves you're likely to make against you?
You can't assess someone right away. You have to sit there for at least an hour. and you have to just pay attention to everyone and what hands they're playing, because when two people are in a hand or three people are in a hand, when you get to the last card, which is called the river, you expose your hands. So you pay
Damn.
attention to the hands that are exposed, because you're like, oh, okay, that's what they play. Okay, so earlier they raised with that hand. Okay, earlier they bet this much and they did that, or they thought a little bit too long, or when they looked at their hand, they didn't raise, or they did raise, or they bet this much. You just have to like keep a mental note of every single thing
Wow.
that they did. And once you've got a read on everybody at the table, which can take a couple hours, then you can play.
Who taught you how to play?
Actually, my cousin Cameron and her husband Tony taught me how to play. Yeah, but they just taught me how to play recreationally, and I'm a tournament player.
A tournament player.
There's cash and there's tournament.
I can see that because you're a Leo.
Yeah,
it's like a sport.
I'm a tournament player because that's more of a sport. Cash is like for fun.
Okay.
Like I'll have a drink if I'm playing cash. When I'm in a tournament, I won't even eat. Yeah. I won't even eat. I will not drink at all. I'll have either water, tea, or a latte, because you got to keep your mind sharp. And I don't want anything affecting how I'm playing, because I'm literally just studying for hours. Like a tournament can last 12 hours a day. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about like a school or an academy or some type of consulting for Black women or women, any woman?
No, it's coming. Yeah.
Boom.
It's coming. Yeah.
Yes,
because I want more women to play, and I want more Black women to play.
Okay.
Because there's just, I feel like there's a reason why a lot of women don't play, right? But Black women, we have what it takes. I'm telling you.
Baby, if we get it.
I'm telling you. There has to be a level of strength, right? It has to be the perfect balance of feminine and masculine, just, and it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter where you come from, or you can be a 70-year-old white man. You cannot outplay me. I'm sorry.
You better pop your shit.
You cannot outplay me. There's nothing you can do to make me fold this hand.
Yeah. I absolutely love it. I knew you were a badass in a good way when you said your mom didn't want to drive you to school at 13.
That was just
y'all.
bad.
Princess took her mom's car at 13.
That's when I needed somebody to give me a whooping. I didn't have that. No, I wish I did.
Girl, that was a boss move. You're not gonna take me to work. You're not gonna take me to school.
Oh my God! I wish my daughter would. I wish my daughter would. She would never.
It was funny though.
Melody would never.
But her mom did. But Princess did.
Yeah, I did.
Princess, that is hilarious.
And that's why I moved to Texas.
Yeah.
Because I was starting to get out of hand.
Yeah. I don't know why that's so funny to me. But you went to school. It's not like you went to get ice cream. It's not like you went to a party.
Yeah.
You went straight to school.
Yeah, I was like, I went to class.
Yeah.
To be here by 8 o'clock.
Yeah. And then look, you didn't hit anything on your way there.
No, I didn't. No. Oh. I've actually never been into an accident my whole life. I've gotten a flat tire once. Never been in an accident.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, don't say that. I'm like, well, that's what I believe.
Yeah.
And it hasn't happened yet.
That made me laugh when
Not
I
even
heard
a fender bender.
That's awesome.
Never.
But is it because you don't drive? Is it because you're careful or you don't drive that much?
No. I drive every day.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, and I'm really not the best driver, but
note to self, just in case.
Yeah, no, there's been some close calls. Don't get me, but I feel like God just has my back.
And everybody else around.
There's been times where I've been on my phone. I'm like, look up right before it's about to happen, and it just never happens.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that was so funny to for me to hear your story about driving yourself to school because you need to get there.
Yeah. No, that was bad.
I just love women that stand in their truth. And I feel like women like yourself, you find out who you are at an early age.
That wasn't the case with me.
You don't?
No, I feel like I'm just now really figuring out who I am.
Okay.
you know, because I feel like in the past I've always been in like survival mode, right?
Talk
So
about that.
yeah, just like I didn't have like the silver spoon in my mouth. I had to like, regardless of what you think, I had to work for everything that I have,
Yeah.
whether it's, you know, being in a relationship for longer than I needed to.
We're gonna talk about that too, and not necessarily.
I'm
Listen,
just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But it just, sometimes you just have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes
You
you have to
know,
do what you have to do to survive and to just, you know.
most people, not even most, I would probably say, let me ask you this, and I want you to be completely
Yeah,
honest.
of course.
Is there a level of pretty privilege that you feel like exists for some women versus others?
I feel like it exists.
Okay. Do you
Yeah.
feel like it existed for you
Um,
compared to other women you know, other stories you've heard, friends you have, just by way of just kind of,
I don't really pretty privilege. Um, I don't really know. I never thought about that because I feel like only pretty can get you so far.
oh,
You know, I know a lot of pretty women, and then once they open their mouth, it's like, can you just please
wow.
stop talking?
I
you
don't
know,
know.
I mean, I'm assuming pretty privilege exists. I never use. I feel like everybody's beautiful. I feel like when you put on your makeup and you
Yeah.
put on your clothes, you're beautiful, right?
Yeah.
So, um, I don't know. I feel like your personality and who you are gets you where you need to be.
I agree.
And I mean, where does pretty get you?
Yeah.
Really, where does it get you? Not everybody is 5'10" and 100 pounds. Not everybody can be a model.
Yeah.
I know I can't, no matter how pretty I am. Like, I'm not going to get, I'm not going to be in Vogue or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like that pretty privilege might get you places, runway
Yeah.
models, but where are you really trying to get by being pretty?
That's a good question. And that's why I'm glad that you shared that you
Yeah.
had to work for everything that you have, because I think sometimes there's this misconception on it when people don't really know who people are. That's why I don't like just talking about the shows that they've been on. This is their opportunity to bloom. And you said, I've worked for everything, because how would a lot of times they're just sitting back, they're getting snippets and clips
Yeah.
and they try to piece together your life.
Well,
And
that's just what they're seeing on TV. That's a character,
oh,
and that character, it's like that character comes to work and films for 2 hours.
gotcha.
You think I'm that character
Got it.
all day? I literally get my makeup and hair done and I film for 2 hours and then that's it. What do you think I do when we're done shooting?
What's the difference between Princess Love and Princess Norwood?
Princess Norwood? Princess Norwood does not exist. It's always been Princess Love.
Okay.
Princess Love has always been on my ID. I added Norwood to my ID maybe like a couple months ago.
Why?
And just because I've always been Princess Love, like even in my marriage,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always been Princess Love. I don't think there's one or the other.
Yeah.
Because Princess Love is still the person who raises my kids,
Yeah.
and I don't think there's that's two different people.
I kind of feel like, based on some conversations I've heard you have, I feel like women do stay too long. I'm married,
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't always been married.
Yeah.
And I go back and I be like, damn, I stayed too long.
Yeah.
What would you say to that?
I feel like I've definitely stayed too long.
Mm-hmm.
Longer than I needed to, but only because it's like taking too long to finalize the divorce. So, I mean, trust me, I've been asking every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like, it's coming. You just got to sign. I'm like, well, when is it? I'm gonna keep checking. Let me know when, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like I stayed because of my kids.
Mm.
And I feel like that's a reason why a lot of people stay. But for me, I stayed because of my kids and because they were so young and because I didn't have that family dynamic growing
Right.
up. So, if there's a little piece of me that's questioning, then that's enough for me to keep trying, right? And yeah, that little piece isn't questioning anymore.
I used to see like in the media on and off between
Yeah,
you and I don't y'all are separated, right?
we're like literally like a week or two away from like it being finalized.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I used to see the back and forth,
yeah,
right? And I'm like, okay, well, they'll be fine. They're
yeah,
gonna this is kind of like the norm.
yeah.
But
And the first few times it was,
yeah,
it was like something would happen, and I'm like, I would go file for divorce because at the time that's what I felt, and
yeah.
then I would change my mind,
Hmm.
because time would go by, and it's like I'm not mad anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But now it's to a point where like I wasn't mad when I filed, and I'm not mad now.
Wow. What changed between then and now?
I just knew that like it's like what why am I letting so much time go by? Like let's just do this now. Right now is the time. How can I really move on if I'm still married?
Right.
And I'm not even talking about like in a relationship.
I got you. I'm
I
following.
just I feel like in order for me to really find myself and really receive the blessings that are meant for me,
Yeah.
I have to completely free myself from this situation. Like really be free. And I feel like until then, until I'm officially divorced,
Hmm.
like I'm just excited for the blessings because they're already starting to come in because I'm
Oh,
already mentally there, right? But I just need to like right now I'm like at 90%. I need to be at the 100. I need to be at the finish line because I really want to put this past me.
yeah.
Like wholeheartedly. And I want to move on. And I hope that like me and Ray will have a better friendship,
I got you.
because I do have love for Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to, no, I'm not going to say, it's like when you say you love somebody, I have love for Ray and I wish the best for him. And I hope that he finds love again,
Yeah.
and I hope that person treats my kids well, and that's where I'm at.
I think it's a beautiful place to be. One thing I like about you is you don't play about you. I like the fact that you didn't allow anybody to play in your face,
Mm.
man, woman, television production team. You've always stood on what you felt to be true. That's part of the reason I wanted to have a sit down with you. This is a phenomenal conversation. I think you are dynamic. I believe there's nothing but the best coming for you, and that's no bullshit. That's not no fluffy stuff. I like it, and I'm gonna be watching, and I hope I can get a part two.
You know what? You can have a part 3, part 2, part 4, part 5, whatever you want.
I want to track your journey. I want to track you. I feel like it's
Yeah.
noteworthy. I feel like you have a voice. I feel like you can be an outlet for women, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm no therapist. I'm trying to figure it out
yeah.
just like everybody else is. And I mean, maybe I need to create a space where we can all figure it out together,
Yeah.
right?
But you're talking about
Yeah.
it. Most women hide it.
Yeah.
Most women hide it, but you're talking about it. You're open. You're very selective now who you talk with, and I think that's great. But I don't know. I'm really rooting you on. I don't know if I'm old enough to be an auntie. I'm gonna say big sister,
How
from
old
a
are
big
you?
sister capacity.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any final thoughts you would like to share with the ladies that are tuned in regarding life, love,
Um,
finances, motherhood?
you can do it. You are worthy. You will be great. You will attract greatness. And these are the things that you need to tell yourself every single day when you wake up, because that's what I do. And, you know, you just have to wake up in the morning and tell yourself all these great things about yourself, because that is going to set the mood for the whole day. And just do this every single day, no matter how you feel, because you can do it.
I love it. And thank you. There you have it. Princess Love. Thank you, Princess.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
I feel like this could have went on for hours.
Girl, boy. Listen, we talk. Will you
Yeah.
open? Maybe I don't want to pressure you, but
Yeah.
maybe in the future.
Of course. Yeah.
But just about you.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got going
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Of course. I would love to.
Good.
I would love to. And I feel like I was talking to my friend.
That's what you're
Yeah.
always saying. She's like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think y'all are gonna do really good.
Yeah. No,
But
seriously.